Hi. Right now, I am at my day job or my baito because, in order to be an artist, in order to be a creator on here on YouTube, in order to create on TikTok or to make art, to live, I fortunately am able to work here, you know? It is unfortunate that I don't have the time and the resources right now to do this full time, but I'm hoping that with your help, um, with your support, that I'll be able to do this on YouTube and on TikTok for as long as I can, in a sustainable fashion, and be able to make higher quality content, to be able to make it more often. But working here, I'm not able to do that. And of course, like with the current state of everything going on, it's going to be increasingly harder to make the content that I want, or rather to focus on that when I have to focus on my safety and my well-being as well. So with all of that in mind, though, I'm not going to give up making, I don't want to say content. It is content, but making things I want to make. I don't want to give up my art just to make money. Of course, I would love to be paid very well for what I do, what I'm good at doing, but my end goal is not to make money. My end goal is to be able to live a life that I want to live and to make the art that I want to make, to be free to do things I want to do. And with the current climate of everything, that's hard for me and many other creators and just normal regular people. It's hard for them to do it as well. And many of us, we have to go to work. We have to go to work. We have to continue living as if things aren't the way they are right now. But with that, we see all this stuff, all this news. We see all of the devastating current events that are happening worldwide, and especially within our home countries. And we feel powerless. We feel like, oh my gosh, I really got this sticky stuff on there. We feel powerless about helping other people, or we feel powerless to even help ourselves. And many of us have turned to online. We use online as the safe space. You see, I'm able to express myself in this fashion with gyaru, or with just like dressing alternatively, or with music and whatnot, with art. One, because I am online, and two, because I'm online, I'm able to discover more things like this, and I'm also able to participate in an active subculture that it exists in real life, but everyone's so spread out that online is where we can really come together about this and other current events. Online is our safe space. And with that, because we have so much of this devastating news that we have been communicating about online, our safe space, which may or may not be safe, is kind of being taken away, and also it's being overshadowed by these events. These events are important, right? But our mental well-being and our ability to persevere and keep going is also very important, which is why we should continue to make art. We should continue to post things that aren't all about tragedy. We should continue to laugh. We should continue to be human. Being people, when we see things that are devastating, that are so shocking that it just drags you back down to earth, right? You need something to uplift you, and that's with art, that's with entertainment. which is why it's important for us, even in the midst of all of this, to keep showing up in a positive way and not only consume media and content that is just about current events. There are those people that will say, oh, you have to stay updated on the news, right? You if you're not staying updated, you're wrong. If you're not staying updated, you don't really care about what's going on. But can you realistically expect someone who has to worry about their own safety, their own well-being, their own mental happiness to really, and someone who has to work, right? People that are just living. You can't expect everyone to stay fully updated or to stay 100% plugged in and just in the know about what's going on. Or rather, you can't expect them to actively participate in it when their mental health is down the drain. Of course, people are gonna want to watch a video about fashion or they're gonna want to listen to their favorite artist or watch their favorite movie. We should not discourage people making and consuming media or not even media, food, whatever they want to do, things that they enjoy, things that bring them happiness, especially during times like these. We should not discourage the publication, the participation in the arts just because there are all these other events going on in the world. Because quite frankly, if we didn't have any of the arts, if we didn't have fashion, if we didn't have media, if we didn't have music, if we didn't have all these things, the world would not keep spinning. People would not be able to show up for these causes and to show up for themselves. People would not be able to continue to live because every day they're stressed out about what's going on. So that's part of what I want to do. I am not going to talk about, of course, politics are a big part of everything. Everything is politics, Everything is that way, no matter how you slice it. And I'm not going to avoid them, but I'm sure as heck not going to add to any suffering or misery that anyone else is going through, because I myself am experiencing a lot of that. And in spite of that, I'm choosing to show up in a positive way, or rather, if it can't be positive, in a realistic way. I'm choosing to show up in a way that is conducive to my well-being and the well-being of others. Because if I didn't, I would be crying in a hole right now. I would not be continue to go after things that I want in life, because life does not stop. Life doesn't stop. We're all going to have to keep on living, no matter what's going on near you or across the world. At the end of the day, if you're still alive, you have to keep going. That's just how it is. So this is just a short message, wait. I still gotta do this, my job. So this is just a short message, keep being you, keep doing the things that you love, keep participating in the arts, and encourage other people. If they can't take that minute to step away, tell them to spread it in maybe a more positive manner, or not positive. I don't like forced positivity. Encourage others to maybe find a better way to spread the information and to participate in these activities. Encourage people to Or, you can encourage people to step away, encourage people to take care of themselves as well. That's very important. Encourage people to create. Watch your favorite creators, have a laugh, have, that snack or whatever that you want to have, or wear whatever fashion that you want to wear. Listen to your favorite music. Watch a silly TikTok, watch a silly cat video. I like watching videos like with the cats. Or like with the talking dogs and whatnot with the buttons, or just watching cats do silly things like dapping somebody up, or I like watching the silly trends on TikTok, and I like reading little poems and watching art videos. I like posting my art on TikTok. I like making fashion and posting my little videos on TikTok and YouTube. I'm sorry I haven't been posting as much on here. Like I said, I am human and I have a life outside of this. And I wish I could be on here full time, and with your support, I can definitely do that. If you want to support me, definitely check out my TikTok and check out my latest videos. You'll be able to see some videos where if you just watch them, and maybe even like or comment on them, you'll be able to help me out financially. That's a free way. Or you can also check out my store, my Shopify, where I have just a few items up there in different categories at different price points that you are able to support me at. You can support me for as little as $2, getting a simple sticker with my artwork on it. You don't have to do that. You can also just simply like this video, comment, share it, subscribe to my channel, and that's also gonna help me out as well. Especially if you watch most of it, or halfway or most of the video, you'll be able to help me out that way as well. Or you can do none of that. You can support your favorite creator. You can do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what you have to do. Just like you don't have to follow my advice to unplug from the news for a little bit. But I do hope that, people are able to, even if things are kind of looking rough, I hope that people are able to find some sort of joy during these times. Some sort of hope. If you're not able to, then, it is what it is. But yeah, with that, I'm gonna continue to do what I need to do in order to survive, in order to stay here. I hope you do the same. Alright, bye-bye. That was a quick little check-in. I am and I will be posting more on here. Just wait for that. I'm sorry. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.